So the platform I decided to choose was WordPress. I had first started out with Tumblr, but I didn't like the commenting abilities on Tumblr. And in fact, I didn't really find any commenting abilities because I wanted the students to also interact with each other, at least a little bit, and comment on each other's blogs. So I chose WordPress. Each student generated their own personal WordPress site. And so you can see a big list of them right now. And they didn't have to include their names. They could if they wanted to, but they totally didn't have to. And then I put them on a big aggregator website. So Vanderbilt had the ability to have the WordPress aggregator. They were kind of syndicated. And so each student's blog post would show up, and then they could choose which one they wanted to comment on. So the assignment was that over the course of the semester, there would be 11 posts. The first post was an introductory post showing that they would have they could put in a picture, and then also so that they could, that the students could then also do a hyperlink. Then after that, we started getting into topic stuff. So each unit that I had in the class, there were 5 units, had 2 blog posts. And those blogs were due 2 days before the test. And so one of the blog posts had to be about something in the actual unit, so one of the topics of the unit. And then the other one could be about anything they could convince me was astronomically related. So it could be about space policy, it could be about photography, it could be about rocket engines, whatever they wanted to do. And so the units were naked eye observing, then light and telescopes, then terrestrial worlds and planet formation, then the giant worlds and solar system debris, kind of like dwarf planets and asteroids and things. And then the last part was life and just kind of the ending bit of it. And so life in the universe, actually. So each one of them had to have 10 blog posts about topics, and then they had the one introductory post. And then everybody had to comment on at least one of the other students' blogs. And so I found after the first few blog posts that I did, starting about 5 years ago, that students needed some instruction on how to make a good comment, because they would start saying things like, oh, that was just a great blog post. I really learned something. The end. And that's not really a useful comment. That doesn't help keep a conversation going or start a conversation. So I started putting up some prompts that they could use, and so that really improved the commenting, I have to say. And one of the interesting things I did find also was that the students who posted earlier, that they didn't do it right before it was due, they got a lot more comments because a lot more people were seeing their blog posts. And so they had some great conversations going amongst the posters and amongst the commenters, talking about how interesting this thing was, or something that they had learned, or how they had brought in, or the commenter would talk about their blog post and how it related to the blog post they were commenting on. So it was really an interesting way that they started talking to each other. And so now, because I have an aggregator doing this, I have 5 years of student blogs, and it's fascinating to read through them. And sometimes students will actually go back and look at previous years' blog posts and learn something out of those.